Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO, free, impartial advice on all your debt.
This is AHMED for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. Carl Frampton doing a bit of punditry tonight.
Yeah. Looking forward to it as well.
Last time I spoke to you was actually right here after your win against Traynor.
So it was, yeah.
Yeah. Have you watched the fight back at all? Or?
Yeah, I've seen like highlights. I haven't watched the full fight. I don't often watch them back. Very rarely I do that, but I've seen the highlights. Yeah.
What did you and Jamie think about the actual performance?
Well, I was initially not that happy with it, but it was a bit, I don't know, it was like I was just going through the motions, didn't really get out of second gear. I talked about it the whole week before, about not letting complacency creep in, but it seemed to happen anyway. But it was a win, and I won with no injuries. So it was okay, and hopefully we get this Herring fight over the line very soon.
Well, you know what I'm going to speak about. Obviously, JAMEL Herring signed with MTK,
yeah.
And the fight was already close. That brings it even closer
yeah.
in many people's heads. But then there's been these rumours about Shakur Stevenson, and I spoke to Bob last night, and I said, you know, what is Herring Frampton going to be next? And he was like, yeah, possibly, but they're looking at the Shakur fight. What do you think about that?
Yeah, well, I've seen that. So Shakur's mandatory for Herring now, but Herring's entitled to a voluntary defence as long as it happens before the 31st of January.
Right.
So just because Shakur wants to fight him doesn't mean he has to accept that. I think that Herring wants to fight me. I obviously want to fight the champ. So we'll see. I think we'll find out the next sort of week, hopefully, as to what's happening.
What did you think of Herring signing with MTK?
Yeah, I would say it was a power move by MTK, wasn't it? I think it was good from the MTK. Makes the fight more possible. Look, people were expecting the fight to take place, but then Shakur starts chirping up. I think MTK signing him just makes it even more possible. But I'm confident the fight's going to happen now.
Okay. Of course, we were expecting it to be before this whole pandemic situation in your hometown. Without the gate, though, do you think that lands in Vegas?
Probably, yeah. Bob Arms spoke and said about potentially doing it in Belfast in the Odyssey in front of like a third capacity and stuff like that. So, look, no one knows what's happening, or the landscape's changing all the time. I suppose if there's anywhere you can put a crowd by December, January, it's probably going to be that's where it's going to be. But if not, if it's still no crowd, then I'm guessing it's going to be Vegas. Yeah.
One of the biggest achievements I think it'd be the biggest achievement from an Irish boxer ever if you were to beat him.
I think you're right. 3-weight world champion. Me and Steve Collins, Kitty Taylor as well, the only 2-weight world champions. So to be the 3-weight, obviously then you stand alone as the best, I think. And there wouldn't have been 3 easy title wins. You know, I beat Kiko Martinez, who was a champion at the time, no voluntaries or no vacant titles. Kiko Martinez, unified against Quigg. I fought Leo Santa Cruz as an underdog, and the Herring fight, I think I'll probably be going into that fight as an underdog.
Do you reckon?
Well, it might be. It'll be close in the bookies. I'd say he might be slightly favoured, but I understand that. I understand why the bookies would see that, but I'm going to rip the script up and run through him.
Just quickly before you go, I know you started this thing with Chris Lloyd now, haven't you? Your own thing.
Yeah, it's the podcast again. So we had the podcast TKO, which is no more. So we're Inside Fighting is going to be our new podcast, and we're speaking to a few potential sponsors. Hopefully we get that going and over the line in the next few weeks. Again, there's a big sponsor who seem interested in coming on board. Hopefully they will, and it's going to be. We got good feedback of the first one that we done. People liked it. I think this one will be more the same, but we've a few other ideas as well. So it would be good.
I can tell you enjoy them side of things.
Do like it, mate, and it keeps me busy. It's like I think people always talk about filling the void after boxing, but I'm not one of these gym rats who has to be in the gym all the time. Like I like spending time with my family, but I also like to be doing something and not just be, sitting in my hands for weeks on end. So a podcast once a week gets me a trip to London, once a week, something to do, and it'll just keep me busy and interested, I think.
Well, seeing as you like giving your opinion, I'm going to quickly ask you about a controversial fight that might be happening. Floyd Mayweather Jr. v Logan Paul. Thoughts?
I don't know. Mayweather just finds ways to make money and people are going to buy it. That's the maddest thing. It's insane. I'd buy most stuff like in terms of big names on, but I very much doubt I'm going to be buying that one. I think most boxing people will be on the same boat, but it'll do huge numbers. It may be, it's insane to say, but it may be one of Mayweather's biggest paydays in terms of what he brings in on the pay-per-views.
No. I think a lot of people obviously weren't happy about the YouTube stuff, but at least that was a YouTuber fighting a YouTuber.
Yeah, I know. But it's just turning into, it's really commercial. It's just turning into, it's a bit of shit, really, isn't it? What has Logan Paul? Is it Logan Paul? Is
Logan Paul.
If he hits Mayweather, I'll give him £1.
Another one is Pacquiao McGregor. That looks like
Seen
it's on.
that as well. Like, it's insane. McGregor should fight me. It's a better fight, isn't it?
Yeah?
Nah, it's just, I'm only joking. But yeah, I've seen that. Again, it's another money-making fight for both guys. No disrespect to Conor, but because of what Pacquiao is, he's a boxer, a world-class boxer. McGregor is world-class MMA guy. It's a different sport, so Pacquiao wins it. But fair play to McGregor. He's balls, doesn't he? But he's getting well paid for it as well.
I suppose if you're in Pacquiao's minds and Mayweather's minds, you're getting such an easy fight for potentially highest payday.
That's why I want to fight him. No, I don't. I've said that twice now. I don't. But
Are you sure?
Yeah. So yeah, no, the boys they'll be getting well paid, and McGregor will be getting well paid too. I think I would probably pay for that one. I was at the last one. I was at the Mayweather McGregor fight. I was at that, so yeah, I would pay for that one.
But even with that, it's two combat fighters, isn't it? But with the
Well,
Logan
that's
Paul,
the thing, yeah. And he can box a bit, obviously. McGregor, he's from a boxing background, but you're fighting one of the world's elite, one of my generation, a generational great, a great of all time, an all-time great, and what he's done. So yeah, he can't win that fight.
Okay, Carl, thanks very much for your time. Best of luck with this situation with JAMEL Herring. I'm sure we'll catch up soon, alright?
Thanks, mate.
Take care.
All the best.
Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO, free impartial advice on all your debt.